Howdy, folks. Another Sunday night in the great big city of, well, outside of Boston at least. So, couple things just wanted to touch on tonight. I know it's been a couple of days, and I apologize. I have had a wonderful sinus infection, which you'll hear me snorting a little bit going through this process. So a couple things to touch on tonight. We'll touch on one big thing that's coming down the pike here in the next couple of weeks. It's already been talked about in the forum, so I feel kind of at liberty to talk a little bit about it. But another thing that's coming down, or not a couple of things that have been talked about on the forum. So first things first, we all love H4V, right? That's my beautiful daughter right there, eating an egg roll. That's from today. Now, one of the things that you probably couldn't see all that well on here is that the background on this is blurred. You know, and 4V, this is pretty cool. Hold it out about right here, and she is wonderfully in focus, and yeah, we're even up here. And the thing of it is, up here, my eyes don't hurt when I see it. I mean, it's truly in 4V. One of the bigger things that's coming down the road is the ability to adjust both the H4V depth. So if you want to think about it, the edging depth, the perspective depth, being able to do bokeh. So kind of blurring out the background. Like if you could take out all the shit behind me and reduce that, that'd be awesome. And then also kind of the messing around with kind of focal depth as well. So those three things are coming down the road. I've been obviously blessed to have some of that inside up front. Had one of my photos that was up in a Holopix. It's actually in the sizzle reel, the big Ford F100 truck. The folks at Leia were able to kind of mess around with that and do some image manipulations, turn it around, and it looks phenomenal, right? So adjusting some of that flare, whatever the color around it. We've already seen this from Jim's picture of the BB, the little boy with the blue hat, which was awesome. You know, you saw the background being blurred, you know, blurred, artistically blurred. It brings kind of that foreground in the picture, provides a lot more depth and clarity, if you will, to what really matters in that, and that's really the kid, really how that scene is shown. Same way, my daughter Emma, I love being able to see her, not the background. I don't care about the background. Now, a couple things that this will accomplish. Obviously, you can tell it gets brings more artistry into the image, right? It gives you the ability to focus on what matters to you, right? So let's say you capture a multivariate picture, right? That has multiple depths and multiple aspects of it. So think about, excuse me, think about colored leaves on a tree, right? It's fall right now. We got a lot of, you know, really awesome leaves out there. I tossed one up on Holopix this weekend. If you look at it from that perspective, maybe some of those leaves are more, they stand out more than, you know, in the mid-ground than they do in the foreground or in the background. So being able to kind of adjust where that depth or where that focal plane is becomes important. The secondary function of that is being able to take out things that don't matter, right? So like you can see in the background here, like I love this little picture right here. It's from Ireland. Wonderful artist there. That's a map of Ireland and an Irish scarf as well, in addition to my my Houdini sweatshirt. Artistically hung on the wall, so it looks like it's a big triangle. Anyway, being able to take some of that noise out of the background, if you will, not just camera noise, but noise, scenic noise, becomes important, right? It lends a little bit different artistic credibility to the shot. And by doing that, a secondary or tertiary effect of that is that your eyes suddenly begin to bring back into focus the things that are okay. A lot of mention has been made, and absolutely true, that eyes have a hard time adjusting to H4V. It's and stereo thing, because you're tricking the eye to believe that depth is there where it isn't, right? You're taking something in a two-dimensional plane, you're trying to create a third dimension out of it, or a fourth dimension, or however, you know, choose your vernacular or choose your semantics on that one. That being said, by blurring out the background, you're reducing a lot of the noise that the eye has to process against. So if I look at a scene like I just showed you of my daughter, you know, like a lot of the noise in the back here doesn't become a focal area for me anymore. It becomes something that's a lot less there. I don't have to focus. My eyes are not necessarily drawn to it anymore. It becomes a more of a pastiche or more of a solid or gradient in the background than something that's in the foreground. And then when I kind of focus on the foreground, my eyes are caught right there, and they don't see and they don't try to interpret any more detail beyond that. Does it still bring dimensionality? Absolutely. I can still see where this picture jumps off the phone. Where it, you know, but where it changes that stuff is the affect. And then for somebody, last kind of feature of that is being able to adjust that H4V depth, right? So seeing if there's a depthing component where you need to do it. So 3 things again. Focal plane, where in that H4V I want to focus. Bokeh, secondary function, removing some of the noise out of the background, adjusting that positively and negatively. And the final thing is increasing or decreasing the amount of, overall depth, or the 4V function of it. So look forward to that in an upcoming update to the camera software. And this is the best part of computational photography, folks. If you don't believe in it before, I mean, if the Pixel hasn't shown it to you and you want to complain all you want to about Apple and Pixel being whatever they are, believe it, it's here. And Red's proven it every single time they release a camera update. So be aware of that. So that's really, really cool. So moving on. So some of the other foreign concerns that came up, I'm not the kind of guy that hides from concerns. I'm not going to brush over them. And then, you know, again, we have the we have this as a valid feedback spot. So h4vuser.net, awesome place. You'll find me there. Can't say that I'm always awesome. I'm kind of a jerk sometimes. Just gotta roll with it. You know, that's about as humble as I can be about that stuff. I am not perfect by any stretch of imagination. I love talking to you folks. I love engaging with you folks about a lot of this stuff, but just realize, you know, I use this phone as well. It's not even a but so much as I use this phone as well. There are things that I'm going to see that you're not going to see, and there's things that you're going to see that I'm not going to see. Case in point, grid lines. Let's talk about grid lines. So a lot of folks have brought up, not a lot of folks, I would say, you know, a fair compendium of folks have brought up the fact that they're seeing what they call grid lines, visible on bright backgrounds, where it looks like, you know, there's a grid, or they're seeing lines, or they're seeing more pixels than they believe that they should be seeing. That is completely understandable and completely okay. Now, there's 2 different modes that the phone operates in. Obviously, we know this to be fact and know this to be true, and I'm not going to harp on this at all. You have standard mode, which is just standard 2D. It's a 515 ppi, you know, QHD display. QHD? Yeah, QHD display. I can't see any pixels on that if I tried. I mean, I suppose I could zoom in on it and I could see it if I get it really close to my face and I go like this. Again, my eyesight's very, very good. Last time I checked was 2010, 2015, somewhere in that nature. I can't see some of that stuff. That does not mean it doesn't exist. So, to the folks that have seen that, absolutely agree with you. There probably is something that's an issue there. Now, remember, within the H1, you have two mechanical objects being fused together. You have the Leah light layer, and then you have the LCD screen. So, when those things fuse, there is a mode that it goes into. You see it when you switch into H4V, right? Things change. So that change and that gating, or the way that things change so that you see stuff, it does lessen the resolution overall. Doesn't mean it's going to go into, you know, 640 by 480 or anything like that, and pixels don't become massively huge. But there is a difference there and as well. So completely believable that you might be seeing grid lines. They're just completely believable that you might be seeing pixels. I think some of the photos that some folks have been able to capture in that, awesome. I think you're on an outlier, to be honest, overall in the overall thing, but that's why we direct you to support. That's why you should talk to support. If it's a problem, which in some cases I believe it is a problem, support will take it, will handle it, probably automate your phone. The best I can hope for. Guys, not everything's perfect. And, you know, the best part is Red's willing and able to take care of those problems. If it can't be addressed in software, it can't be addressed in hardware, then it's going to get replaced. Just the nature of the thing. You buy it with a warranty. Let's talk about warranties for just a second. So I love all you folks that buy phones directly from Red or buy from AT&T, Verizon. Guess what? All that ordering is now live. You can buy it off of red.com, or sorry, h4v.com. You can buy it from AT&T, and you can buy it from Verizon, at least domestically here in the United States. I believe Telcel is going to be selling it at some point. I don't have any kind of insight to that, but I know those orders are live, right? In some cases, you've been able to pick them up from the actual brick and mortar stores as well. Kudos to you for being able to do that. Phones that you buy direct, phones that you buy direct from those vendors are warranted to you. Please, 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 please be aware that it is said across everything that's gone on there, and until Red addresses this policy or changes it, the phones that you buy are warranted to you and you alone. Those warranties are not transferable, meaning that any single person you buy a phone from online, meaning eBay or whatever, they are not technically warranted to you. Let me repeat that. If if you buy a phone off of eBay, those phones are not warranted to you. I don't care if it's never been taken out of the box. Technically, you are warranty invalid at that point. That being said, always talk to support. They make themselves available via phone. Trust me, they will call you. They make themselves available via the website and via email and via the forums as well. You can address these things. If you have any questions or any doubts about that, if you just picked up a phone that way, understand what your exposure is in these regards, okay? Just please do your due diligence up front. This is not to warn you away from it. I myself have considered picking up a couple of phones off of eBay. Why? Because I'm going to use them for development projects, but that's just me. At that point, they're going to be in a case, they're going to be locked away, they're not going to be handled in the same way that everything else. But shit breaks. My assumption is I'm going to have to buy a new one. I can't rely on Red in that case to cover my ass for something that I willingly walked myself into. That's just a disclaimer. Guys, address it with Red if you have a problem with that. But just be aware that that's up front. That's what they have said all along, and I haven't seen any signs of that changing. So, a quick, as long as we're talking about buying phones and whatever, Red, so h4v.com has available right now the black aluminum, black shadow. Shadow, which is kind of a grayish color aluminum, is going to be available at the end of November for shipment. You can order it now, but it's not going to be available until the end of November based on the last shipping timelines I was given. Titanium, if you got into what we call a lucky trap window this past Friday where titanium seemed to be available to order, it was not. It should never have been ordered, opened up on the shopping cart. So consequently, you have a couple different ways that they're going. They're either allowing you to kind of keep your thing in there, but understand all the titanium pre-orders are going to service well before you do. So you are going to be last in the pecking order there. You can exchange it for a black aluminum right now or a shadow aluminum down the road. So they'll refund you the difference between that, or you can get a refund on that. So those are 3 options that were presented to me this afternoon. I opted for a refund because right now, titanium for me is, while it's cool, I'd love to have one. It's just not going to happen, right? I'm perfectly content with my Houdini, and I have a shadow that's coming. So I did opt for a shadow. I did pick that one up on Friday morning. So I should be getting that at the end of November. Super stoked about that one. And like I said, a lot of this, what I'm going to be doing is going to be giving these over as development platforms, a lot of stuff through Unity and otherwise. I'm not a developer myself. I have no skills, no talents in that. But we got a lot of really cool shit coming down the road, and hopefully we'll be able to do. Last but certainly not least, just my normal PSA. Guys, get involved with H4V user. Get involved with HoloPix if you have a hydrogen. Get out there, use it. Submit your photos. We all love to see what you're working on. As HoloPix refines itself and we are allowed to do video and do that kind of stuff, that would be great. But otherwise, we can set up drop boxes for you guys to toss video up if you want to be able to share it. Again, maintain your license. Let us know if there's any kind of licensing that you need to maintain on that stuff. We can make available storage for you guys in that regard. Toss your stuff up. We're always willing to look at it. We'll see what other things kind of come out of Red in the weeks to come. But HoloPix updates are certainly going to come in terms of categorization, the ability to do video at some point down the road. But they're always being updated, so stay tuned to that. The rest of it, just get involved in the community. A lot of what we can solve together is in community. A lot of what we can do together is in community. I'll continue to do how-tos as I get the chance to do it, as time permits. A little bit of travel come up here, so I won't really have a lot of time to do some of this stuff. But if there's something that's of interest to you, shoot me a note here on YouTube. Shoot me a note in the forum. Happy to answer that as much as possible. I do get pinged almost every day now with questions, and I'm more than happy to direct you to the right person that might have the answer for it or answer it myself. I don't know everything. I really do not know everything. I'm just really good at finding out information. So if I can help in any of those ways possible, let me know. All that to be said, enjoy your Sunday night. Enjoy your week ahead. Take your pictures. Get on it. Enjoy all of it. I look forward to seeing you guys on the forum. Looking forward to seeing you guys on HoloPix. The rest is up to you. All right. Have a great night, everybody. Peace.